Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to podcast number 6, I believe. Thank you so much for being here, for tuning in and spending your time with me today. As I'm filming this, it is Thursday morning, November the 16th. My daughter is down for her first nap of the day. When she wakes up, I'm going to feed her and we're going to head to the library, have a fun library day. This is actually the first time this week we've been to the library. Well, we went to the library to drop off books. We just did like the drive-in drop-off thing. So we haven't been to the library this week yet. We go all the time. So it's high time that we go back to the library. So we're going to go there today. I'm very excited. My husband has been out of town all week. He actually gets back tomorrow, which is really, really exciting. But yeah, so he's been gone all week, which has given me a lot of time to knit. So I feel like I've done a lot of knitting. I have some finished objects to show you, some things that I have completed. I have some things that I've made for gifts, and I have a really sweet, special gift to show you that was given to me. So I'm excited to talk about that as well. So yeah, go ahead, get cozy, grab something to eat or drink. Actually, I don't have coffee with me. I have a cup here, but it's cold, and I wanted to go ahead and get this started just because Ava's already been sleeping like at least 30 minutes. So her naps are about an hour and a half. So I just wanted to go ahead and get this started. So I didn't want to take any time going to pour myself a cup of coffee, even though it takes 2 seconds. But anyways, if you don't have anything cozy to eat or drink, go ahead and get something, and let's go ahead and just spend some time together this morning talking all things yarn and projects and crafts and everything like that. I hope that you have had a good week so far. I know that I have. Even though my husband's been gone, we've missed him terribly. I feel like I was able to really focus on some knitting this week, which was really fun. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. I have a few things to show. So the very first thing is a hat that I made for my daughter. We were going for a walk the other day, and this particular morning, oh, the pom-pom's falling off. I need to sew that back on better. So this particular morning when we were going out for a walk, I went to get her a hat, and they were all too small, and I was like, she needs a hat. And then I was like, wait a minute, I can make her a hat. And so that same day during her first nap, I was looking for a pattern, and so I finally found a crochet pattern, and I made her a hat. So it's kind of hard to see on camera, and I don't actually remember what the pattern is. I know I'm a bad podcast host. I don't remember what this pattern was. I did make her this little pom-pom, but it's starting to fall off. It's not sewn on very well, so I need to sew that on better. But I just did a very simple hat pattern. I used to crochet a ton of bucket hats. I actually used to sell them on an Etsy shop, and then I did some like vendor markets here in Phoenix, and so I'd sell them there. And I've actually been thinking about that, selling again at craft fairs and craft shows and stuff, but I just, with a baby and having the time to actually make a lot of items to sell, I just don't think I'm in that place right now. But it was really fun. I didn't make a ton of money doing it, but it was really fun to be able to make some from the things that I sold, and I just had a lot of fun doing it. So I've been thinking about that. Every week there's a farmer's market, and so every Sunday we go get coffee and just walk through the farmer's market and all the craft vendors and everything, and it's just really fun. And I'm like, oh, maybe one day I'll do that again, but just right now I don't. But if you do, I'd love to know if you do any sort of craft fairs or vendors or anything like that. That'd be really fun to know. So if you do, let me know if you do and what you sell. I think that that's really fun. But yeah, so going back to the bucket hats, I used to make them and sell them, and so this construction is very similar. You just start, you increase, and then you just knit in the round, not knit, crochet, and then you just kind of pick up stitches along the sides and just knit a little, not knit. I've been knitting so much because I started as a crocheter. I've been crocheting for years, and then I learned knitting this year. So anyways, yeah, you just make a little ear flap there. Really, really simple construction, and it's the cutest hat on her. It's definitely big, which is good. I'd rather it be too big than too small, but it's the cutest hat on her, and she hates it. She hates wearing hats and socks and shoes. She is walking now. She started walking at 10 months last month, so she is walking now. Not super confident. She still prefers crawling than walking, so I'm holding off on the shoes. So when it starts getting cold, she'll wear socks, but she hates wearing socks and hats. She'll take them off the second that she can get. But yeah, so this is the first thing that I made. It really took, like, once I learned the pattern, I actually ended up holding 2 strands together. So the pattern called for, I want to say a 4mm hook and a DK weight. And so when I did that, the hat was tiny. It was really, really small. So I ended up doubling the yarn, going up a hook size, and making a hat. So I just kind of actually probably did like 5 or 6 different variations, I guess, of yarns and hooks and everything like that, just to kind of see the gauge that I wanted, the size that I wanted. So yeah, it did end up turning out to be just a tad bit bigger, but she'll grow into it, and I just think that it is really, really cute. I used a half double crochet stitch, and yeah, the yarn I think is from Hobby Lobby. It's like the baby bee or baby something, I'm not sure, but it's really, really soft, probably acrylic. But yeah, so I almost said knit. I crocheted that for her. So that is one object that I made. I feel like I've done a lot this week, but now that I look at it, it doesn't look like a lot, but you know that the time that goes into this, like, it's a lot of time. So I feel like I was able to make a lot this week. So then the second one is actually a gift from my mom for Christmas. She doesn't watch this, so it's fine. She actually doesn't know that I make little videos. My sister does. My sister watches. So I was wanting to make something for my mom, and I made her some socks for her birthday. So I wanted to do something different for Christmas, and I found this pattern by All About Amy or All About Ami. It's a free crochet pattern. I was on a crochet kick this past week. But so I found this pattern for this like really big bulky scarf, and so last week, it was the sweetest thing. This is so random, but we're just gonna have a chit chat. So my husband was left on this past Sunday, so he's been gone almost a full week for work. And so the day before he left, he's been really, really, really busy. And so he was out, and he sent me a text, and he said, "Hey, do you want to get some lunch and go to Michael's?" And I was like, yes. So we went to Chipotle, we went to Michael's, and so they were doing their big sale, their friends and family sale, so you get an extra 25% off of even sale items, and the yarn was buy one get one 50% off. So I scored some good yarn there. So anyways, here's what I made. I'm gonna have to back up a little bit. So okay, the pattern, I follow the pattern as far as the stitch count and the yarn. So the yarn, she held double. She did the Lion Brand's Woolies Thick and Quick yarn, and she held it double, so it was this super thick, chunky fabric. And she did the moss stitch, which is single crochet, but you just like alternate, so it kind of turns. So I was starting to do that several times, and I just was not liking the look of it. I was like, I don't want to do this. So I ended up just doing a single crochet. So this is what I ended up making. I went ahead and steam blocked it. You can't really tell that there's a difference, but it is this massive, chunky scarf. Like, I'm talking massive, chunky scarf. And so I don't know, truthfully, if this is something my mom would wear. And they're actually moving. My dad's going to retire early, so they're actually going to move south, or more south, to Tennessee. So I don't know if it gets cold in Tennessee. If you're from there, let me know. So I don't know if it's going to get cold enough for her. I'm trying this on for you guys. I don't know if it's going to get cold enough for her to wear this. But I think it's really cute. I don't know. I'll stand up so you can kind of like see. So here's like the fringe. I don't know if you can kind of like tell. I can go closer here. But yeah, so I just did a single crochet. I held the yarn double and used a 11.5 millimeter hook. So definitely a very big chunky scarf. So I think it's cute. Let me know what you think. It did not take long. It took like, I don't know, a day or two to make it, just because it's very bulky. It works up really quickly. It does use a lot of yarn held double. I ended up using 6 balls of the Woolly Thick and Quick. So thankfully it was on sale. So after I made it, I started second guessing, wondering if I should have just done a single strand, because she did have a pattern for a single strand. Because I'm like, this is really, really, really thick and bulky. But I mean, I think it's cute. And then I think it's funny. I showed it to my sister and was like, hey, like, do you think Mom would wear this? And she was like, I think it's so cute. It's like, it gives me Lenny Kravitz vibes. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I'll post a picture here of Lenny Kravitz wearing, she sent the picture to me. It was really funny. So you can let me know what you think of this scarf. You won't hurt my feelings. I think it's really cute. I would personally wear it if it ever got cold enough to wear such a big chunky scarf, but I think it's really cute. So I'm probably still going to give it to my mom. I got her a couple other things to go with it, but yeah. So that was another project that I made. Then I have 3 more to talk about. I told you I did a lot. I told you that I was doing a lot of knitting and crochet and everything like that. So I'm actually pulling up my notebook. I was trying to be a little bit more organized for this podcast. So I'm pulling it up to make sure that I talk about everything that I was wanting to talk about as I was working on some things. So let's talk about socks. I have 3 finished pairs. So the first one that I finished are my tie-dye socks. So here they are. They've been blocked. I finished them maybe a week or so ago. I finished them after the last podcast. So here are the socks. So I did one on Magic Loop. I know I've talked about this one before. It did have that kind of laddering issue, so which is fine. But I did that on Magic Loop, and then I decided to do these on 9-inch circulars, and this is when I switched over to continental knitting. And so this was the first sock that I did continental knitting, and realized my tension was really loose. So this one actually ended up being just a tad bit bigger. You can't really tell, but yeah, it is just a little bit bigger, and it's just a little bit more loose. And so I decided to, for future socks, I ordered a 2 millimeter instead of a 2.25. So I haven't yet done a sock with that, so hopefully that will kind of help my tension be a little bit more tight, just because it did, for this one, it did turn out to be just a little bit bigger, so they don't quite match. But you know what, that's okay. So I haven't even tried them on. I don't know if like I'll keep them. I don't know if they'll be a gift. We'll see. So that is the first pair of socks that I finished, and it feels so good to have those done because I started them a while ago. When did I start them? I don't remember, but it was a while ago. Maybe I should start writing down when I start projects, because that would be interesting to see. But okay, then the next one, I actually finished this yesterday, and they are my socks. So these are Paton Croy socks. I had started one, I don't even know when I started one. I'm sure I showed it to you on here, but I went ahead and I did the second one. So I have a completed pair of socks, and again, it feels so good to have these done. I was going through this phase where I would just cast on a sock and then cast on another one in a different color, so it feels good to just kind of have these all done. So for these socks, I do a vanilla sock by the Crazy Sock Lady. I did these on the 9-inch circulars. Yeah, yeah, 9-inch circulars. I do a 20 round cuff of a 2x2 rib, so 2 purl, 2 knit. I do a 60 round leg. I do her slip stitch heel flap, and then the foot and toe. So that's what I do. So with this one, okay. In my last podcast, I talked about purchasing the Hiya flyers, and I did. And so I did cast on, I can already tell which sock it is because of the ribbing. I did do the Hiya flyers. I started it and I did the whole cuff, and I didn't hate it. I really didn't. And I know when I was following the Crazy Sock Lady's pattern for that, she said it takes her several pairs of socks to get the hang of a new technique. And I thought, okay, like, I know it's going to take me a while to get the hang of this. So I was doing the cuff, and the Hiya flyers are sharp. They are very sharp. And I was looking at the Addie version, and the Addie version seemed a little bit more blunt. So I did go ahead and do the Hiya flyers because they looked more sharp. Well, I push down on the needle as I'm working. I'm sure we all do, I would imagine. But as you kind of like push the stitches up, you kind of push down on the needle. So every time I did that, I kept poking my finger. I don't know if I was doing it wrong. I don't know, but I ended up poking a hole. It almost caused blood. This is like gross, but yeah, so much so I like kind of put a band-aid, and it was just like, it was very unpleasant. So after I did the cuff, I switched over to the 9-inch circulars, and that's how I finished the rest of the sock. So the jury's still out on the Hiya flyers. I actually had quite a few people reach out saying that they love the Hiya flyers. Okay, I had to go get some water. My throat was getting dry. I had a cold a couple weeks ago, and I still feel like I have the remnants left of it. Like, my throat still gets dry when I wake up in the mornings. It also could be contributed to the colder weather now in Phoenix. Well, I say cold, it's like in the 70s and 60s in the morning. So anyways, I needed some water. So yeah, like I said, I had a lot of people reach out that they liked the Hiya flyers and they had good success with them. So it's not a no for me. I would like to pick them up again. I just need to kind of figure it out, and I do know that it probably will take me, a couple socks to figure it out. So that is my opinion on the Hiya flyers. So, okay, now I have one last finished object. I actually finished it this morning. So they are actually still wet. I literally just blocked them. And I went to the laundry room where they were hanging up to go and get them. So here they are. They are my DK weight socks. I did use them. I did do the 9-inch circulars. Again, the pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. This is yarn by Nitty Gritty Fiber Arts. And yeah, I had done the first one a couple of weeks ago, and then the second one, I don't remember which was the second one, but I did the second one today. I started it not last night, but yesterday afternoon, and I finished it this morning. The DK weight socks go so fast, which is wonderful. And I still don't know which one I like better. I think I like using fingering weight socks. I think I like this pattern better. It's just the length of the sock, the feel of the sock, I think I do like better, but these socks work up just so fast. They're so fast. So yeah, I have another completed pair of socks. So that leads me to tell you that I have only one work in progress. That's it. All the other projects that I had started, I have finished. And it's such a good feeling. I just feel like accomplished this week. I feel like I did a lot this week. I wrapped things up. I completed objects. Like, it's such a good feeling. So the only project that I have is my comfort sweater by Darling Shador. And I have not touched it since the last time that I've talked to you. So I am not going to show you because I have no progress. So it just feels so nice just having like a clean slate to begin projects. So with that being said, I have another project in mind to start with. So that leads me to the very, very special, sweet gift that I received the other day by my new friend Amber. She reached out to me on a couple of videos ago. She had said, hey, I have some yarn. I was thinking of your daughter if you want to make something for her. And she's like, I'd love to send it to you. I was like, please let me pay for it. She said, no, no, no. And she sent me an entire box. Oh my goodness, I cried when I opened it up. I sent my husband, I got it when my husband's out of town, so I sent my picture. I sent my sister a picture. I sent her the note. She was at the gym with her husband. Her husband read it, the note, saw it, and he's like, there's still good people in this world. Like, they thought it was just the sweetest thing. And I just, like, I cried when I opened the box. Like, this was so unexpected. Like, I just was blown away by the generosity and kindness of Amber. So Amber, if you are watching this, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It meant so much that you thought not only of me to send this to me, but that you thought of my daughter and the thought of me making something for my daughter. Like, that's just, there are no words for that. It's just the sweetest, kindest, kind-hearted thing to do, to think of Ava, of my daughter. Like, it's just, it melted my heart. It was just the sweetest, sweetest thing. So here's what she sent me. I hope, Amber, if you're watching, I hope it's okay that I'm showing this and sharing this. It's so special to me. No one has ever done something like this for me. Like, this is just, like, a complete stranger. Like, this is just mind-blowing. Oh my goodness, I keep coughing. I don't know what. Anyways, so this is what she sent me. I'm just like, I'm blown away. So the main thing that she had said she wanted to send was a ton of knit picks. This is in the color Tea Cake. Kindred, it's a DK weight, baby alpaca and Pima cotton, a hand wash yarn, and this beautiful lavender color. It is just absolutely stunning. And she sent it to say that she was thinking I could make something for Ava. And so she sent me a ton. Like, there's so much here of this yarn. I was just shocked. And so then she was so sweet. She's like, I wanted to put extras in there for you. So she sent over some other, she sent Drops Bell. I've never worked with any of this yarn before, so this is all new to me. So Drops Bell, just the color 17, but this is really, really pretty. I think it's like a linen blend. Is it linen? Yeah, cotton, viscose, and linen. So it's really, really soft. So she sent over some blue, she sent over green and a pink, and then this really, really pretty baby merino from Drops. It's this wool, and so this really, really pretty kind of, I don't want to say fuchsia, but kind of more plum, I guess. But it is just, I'm just like mind blown that I have all of this yarn, and I am so excited. And so then I thought, like, there's this extra pressure of like, what do I make for Ava, because it has to be so sweet and special. And it's just, I was just like, there's so much that I can make. And so then I went on to Etsy and Ravelry and was just trying to find a pattern. I was like, do I want to make her a sweater? Do I make her a dress? Do I want to knit? Do I want to crochet it? So I'm actually pull up my phone and hopefully I can do a screenshot and add it here. I am not very techy with editing videos, so I'm going to try to do a screen record and go to Etsy and then post it up here somewhere so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. So I was going to Etsy and was trying to find just a pattern, and there were so many beautiful baby and girl patterns, and so I was like texting my sister. I was like, which one should I do? Like, I just don't know. And there's enough yarn that I can make two things, and so I'm like, which one do I do? So let me see where I can go to my purchases. So I ended up purchasing two patterns, and they're crochet patterns. So I'd love to know your opinion as well. So I think I have enough yarn to make both of these. So the one that I really, really want to do is this pattern here. This is by Babes in the Wool Design. It's this beautiful shirt. and the same amount of yarn, I could make a shirt and this other dress that I'll show you here in a second. But it's just this beautiful, darling shirt, and looks like they used a bamboo for it. But I think that this cotton and alpaca will be perfect for this shirt. I mean, isn't it so beautiful? And when I saw this one here, where it's kind of this pinky color, I just thought, this is it. Like, this is just beautiful and feminine and gorgeous. So I have that one, and then the other one was this dress, and it's also just beautiful, and I would have enough to make the dress as well. I think I could make the dress and the shirt. So I thought the dress was really pretty too, but I think I would probably start with the shirt. So I think that's kind of what I'm thinking. And yeah, I'm really, really, really just blown away and so excited. And yeah, I just also that shop too, I just stopped the screen record, so I'm not going to go back, but Babes in the Wool Design, if you happen to get on Etsy, look through all of her patterns. They are just stunning. They're just the prettiest crochet patterns. So yeah, I just like, there's so many beautiful patterns, and this yarn is beautiful. I'm just like, I just want to make her the perfect item with this yarn. So let me know your opinion on this, if I should make one of those. But I just, wow, blown away, shocked, so surprised at the generosity of this kind human who sent this over to me. It made my year, honestly. It was just something that was so touching. And in the email she had said, like, maybe one day you could do that to someone else, and I was like, yes, I definitely want to pass that kindness on to someone else as well. And I think there are a lot of people that relate to me in the fact that they're past the stage that I'm in. So I'm a new mom, and they have a grown child, and when they watch my videos, I've had a lot of people say that they remember when they were in the same season as me with a young child, and now their child is grown. And it's just it's so special just that we're all kind of in different parts of life, but we all relate in so many special, unique ways. And it all kind of ties down to crafting and knitting, and just the beauty that knitting brings in the world and in the community, and how it brings people together. And knitting has been around for hundreds of years, and people are still being brought together through yarn. And it's really interesting, but it's so special and just so beautiful. So yeah, wow. So that is that amazing special gift from Amber. I'm just so excited, and so I'm so eager to make something for Ava with this. It's just the prettiest purple color. Oh, it's just stunning. I just can't get over how beautiful this is. It's in the color Tea Cake, and I think she said it's discontinued in the email. I think she said they don't make this anymore, which is even more special to have something, I don't know. It's very special. So I'm thinking of making that shirt for Ava, that first one that I showed. But if you have a pattern in your mind, you're like, no, make this, like, please let me know what that is. I'll probably hold off on starting something for a while. A while for me being like a few days or a week. So yeah, I'd love to know your opinion of if you have a pattern that that you think I should make with this. With the other ones, I don't know if I would do like a hem or a different color. Or my camera just stopped. I guess I was talking longer than I was allowed. But I don't remember what I was saying. But yeah, I don't know if I would make like a hat or something with the extra yarn. But I'm just so honored and humbled and blessed that I was gifted this beautiful package. So thank you again, Amber, if you're watching this. So that kind of concludes this podcast, which is perfect timing. I'm watching Ava starting to stir. So yeah, that's going to conclude the end of this podcast for today. I'm going to hopefully upload it maybe tomorrow. Hopefully you can start seeing this on a Friday. I would love to be as regular as I can with this podcast, but there are no promises. I love also doing vlogs. As you've noticed, I've been kind of alternating podcasts and vlogs and things like that, and we're going to be out of town, so I don't know when I will be able to do another podcast. Actually, it might be a couple of weeks just because Thanksgiving and then Ava's birthday and family's coming into town. So it's just going to be a busy couple of weeks. And then, of course, Christmas is coming. So it's just the next couple months are going to be so sweet and special and exciting. And actually, I did actually have this written down. I forgot to mention it. So Vlogmas. Okay, Vlogmas is vlogging every month, every day in the month of December until Christmas. And obviously I can't do every day, but I'd love to do something. Let me know if you'd like to see more regular videos in the month of December, whether it's vlogs, more podcasts, or just kind of whatever. Like, let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing. Sorry about the jets. We live near the base, so we have jets flying 24/7 and they're very loud. But we don't live like super near, but near enough that they fly around us all the time. So anyways, yeah, if Vlogmas is something that you'd like to watch, let me know and I can think about that. I'll probably have to plan for it a little bit more, but I mean, it's coming. It's like 2 weeks away. So yeah, I think that could be fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this podcast here. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching, for spending your time with me today. That really means so much, and I just am just so special for everyone who comments and likes and just supports this channel, and not even that, but just has the same interest in me as far as knitting and shares opinions and techniques and advice. Like, it's so special, and that everyone has their own kind of take on knitting and things that they like or things that they don't like, or you know, I don't know, just the whole community is just so special. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.